What is going on, everybody? Today I will be ranking the best quarterback rooms in college football moving forward. A quarterback can really set the foundation for a team. So, which teams are set at quarterback for the next couple of seasons? Well, when we talk about star-studded quarterback rooms, you have to talk about that Texas quarterback room. You got two quarterbacks on that roster that are probably going to go in the first round of the NFL draft, and they have a chance to be the best quarterback taken in the NFL draft. Quinn Ewers is one of the best returning quarterbacks in college football this season, but after Quinn Ewers is gone, you have Arch Manning, who has been waiting his turn. He will have to sit one more season behind Quinn Ewers, but Arch Manning is related to the great Eli Manning and Peyton Manning, and I think all of us college football fans are looking forward to seeing Arch Manning play, because us college football fans have been anticipating and waiting for the start of the Arch Manning era at Texas for a while now. And Arch Manning is one of the most hyped up athletes from high school in a long time. He was the number one quarterback in the 2023 recruiting class, and I'm definitely excited to see what the future holds for Arch Manning. Texas is set at quarterback for the future, and they also have freshman Trey Owens, who had a very good showing this spring. Texas probably has the best quarterback room in the country. Quinn Ewers and Arch Manning both have potential to go a lot further than the college level, and Steve Sarkisian is a great offensive mind, possibly the best offensive mind in the sport right now. So Texas should have excellent quarterback play as long as Steve Sarkisian remains the head coach. Another team that has a star-studded quarterback room is the Oregon Ducks. They went out and added two of the best quarterbacks from the transfer portal, most notably Dillon Gabriel, who is one of the most experienced players in college football right now. He's a top 5 college football quarterback, but they also added Dante Moore, who was a 5-star out of high school, and he should be the starter in 2025. And Oregon also has a guy like Austin Novosad who may be flying under the radar. But he had an incredible spring, and I wouldn't be surprised if he pushed Dante Moore for the starting job after Dillon Gabriel leaves for the NFL. They also have 4-star freshman Luke Moga, who has a lot of potential, so this Oregon quarterback room is loaded. Dillon Gabriel will obviously be the starter in 2024, but 2025 and beyond is open for any Oregon quarterback to take over that starting role. There's so much competition in that room, so Oregon should have incredible quarterback play from all of these guys. Competition pushes you to be better, and a young guy like Dante Moore could really benefit from that. Because he was a 5-star out of high school, and he has the potential to be a future first-round NFL draft pick if everything can go right. So I am interested to see how that Oregon quarterback room will shape up the next few years, because there's a lot of talent there. The Ohio State Buckeyes are another team with a very talented quarterback room. We are expecting the starter to be Will Howard in 2024. We shouldn't be expecting Will Howard to be an elite 5-star talent quarterback, but he should certainly be an upgrade from Kyle McCord, right? Because if he is an upgrade, Ohio State should be a legit national title contender. Will Howard doesn't have to be great, he just has to be good and get the job done. Because outside of the quarterback position, Ohio State probably has the most talented roster in college football. But let's say Will Howard doesn't play well. Let's not forget you have Devin Brown in that quarterback room. He's not an elite 5-star talent quarterback either, but he's a hard worker and might be able to get the job done. He's been impressive this spring, so if we are looking at 2024, I don't think Ohio State has an elite quarterback room, but I'm also looking deeper in that quarterback room, and they have 5-star freshman Julian Sayin and 5-star freshman Aaron Noland. We shouldn't be expecting them to play year one at Ohio State, but they have all the talent in the world, and maybe Will Howard or Devin Brown isn't the guy for them in 2024. I still have my questions at the quarterback spot for Ohio State in 2024 because Will Howard didn't have great numbers at Kansas State, but he is very mobile and he's a veteran, so he should definitely be an upgrade. But they also have two 5-star freshman quarterbacks, and this quarterback room is looking incredible moving forward. The next quarterback room I want to talk about is Georgia's. Similar to the teams I ranked above them, Georgia has multiple options at quarterback moving forward. And obviously they return Carson Beck, who might just be the best returning quarterback in the country. He'll definitely be the starter in 2024. But Georgia also added transfer portal quarterback Jaden Rashada to add more depth in that quarterback room. He played a bit for Arizona State last season and he had a pretty decent showing. Jaden Rashada was a 4-star out of high school and he still has multiple years of eligibility left. But Georgia also has a guy like Gunnar Stockton who has been waiting his turn, and I do believe he will be that number one guy after Carson Beck is gone. Because Gunnar Stockton has actually looked very impressive this spring, and he has improved a lot. Georgia also has freshman Ryan Polgsy, who is talented, so there's a lot of depth there. And Kirby Smart has been very good at developing quarterbacks. Even 3-star quarterbacks and lower end 4-stars have found massive success at Georgia. And Georgia has a lot of competition in their quarterback room, so they should be set at quarterback moving forward. The next quarterback room I want to talk about is Alabama's. They returned Jalen Milroe, who will be the starter in 2024. And Jalen Milroe has the potential to be scary if he takes a big leap under Kalen DeBoer's offensive system at Alabama. Don't be surprised if Milroe is a Heisman Trophy finalist. Alabama also has competition in that room. Ty Simpson is a former 5-star and he was definitely impressive this spring. And he definitely has a very bright future ahead of him. They also have the Washington transfer Austin Mack, who could potentially be a future starter. He already learned from Kalen DeBoer in their time at Washington, and Austin Mack is pretty good. They also have another quarterback who was highly recruited, so there's a lot of depth in that quarterback room. Ole Miss is also a team with a very good quarterback room. They returned Jackson Dart, who is one of the best quarterbacks in the SEC. They also have the LSU transfer Walker Howard, who was one of the top quarterbacks in the class of 2022. They also have Austin Simmons, who is still young and he was a 4-star out of high school. So Ole Miss has many options even after Jackson Dart leaves. But I'm interested to watch that Ole Miss offense in 2024 because Ole Miss has one of the best receiving corps in the country, and Jackson Dart is a dark horse to win the Heisman. So Ole Miss is going to light it up in 2024. Another team with a pretty solid quarterback room is the Florida Gators. We expect Graham Mertz to be the starter in 2024, and he has been a decent leader for this team regardless of what people say. He's a pretty underrated quarterback, but after Graham Mertz is gone, next up will be DJ Lagway, who is a very talented 5-star recruit. And he was already impressing this spring as an early enrollee for the Gators. They have a very bright future with DJ Lagway. Florida has some concerns moving forward because Billy Napier is in the hot seat, and the defense needs to take massive strides if this team wants to win more games. So the future is a bit uncertain. But having a 5-star quarterback on the roster is always a huge positive, and this Florida Gators offense has a lot of potential moving forward. The next quarterback room I want to talk about is USC's. And obviously USC lost Caleb Williams to the NFL, and they also lost 5-star quarterback Malachi Nelson to the transfer portal, and he transferred to Boise State. But they had a star emerge in last season's bowl game, and Miller Moss played incredible against Louisville. He threw for 372 yards and 6 touchdowns, and he was a top 40 recruit in 2021. So this is Miller Moss's team. But even if Miller Moss struggles and isn't as good as we thought he would be, let's not ignore the fact that Lincoln Riley went out and added transfer portal quarterback from UNLV, Jada Maiava. Jada Maiava is actually really good, and he helped lead UNLV to a Mountain West Championship game appearance last season. He passed for 3,000 yards and 17 touchdowns to only 10 interceptions last season. Similar to Miller Moss, Jada Maiava has multiple years of eligibility left, and right now USC also has the top-rated quarterback in the class of 2025, and that guy is Julian Lewis, who is committed to them. Lincoln Riley is a professional when it comes to developing quarterbacks, and USC definitely belongs on this list because they have multiple reliable options at quarterback moving forward. Another team with a very good quarterback room is the LSU Tigers. Garrett Nussmeier is expected to do incredible things in 2024, and he's a breakout quarterback to watch out for. He had a great showing in the bowl game against Wisconsin last season when he threw for nearly 400 yards and led LSU to a comeback win. But LSU has other options as well. Ricky Collins is a former top 200 recruit, and they added the former starter from Vanderbilt, AJ Swan. They also have 4-star freshman Colin Hurley, and right now they have the ESPN's number 2 recruit in the class of 2025, Bryce Underwood, committed to them. This is truly one of the deepest quarterback rooms in the country, and LSU's offense should continue to be elite as long as they have reliable options at quarterback, and they definitely have great quarterbacks moving forward. The last quarterback room I want to talk about is Tennessee's. They might not have the most star-studded quarterback room, but they have balance, and the number 1 quarterback on that roster, Nico Iamaleava, has one of the highest ceilings in college football, and he still has multiple years of eligibility left. Josh Heupel is an incredible offensive mind, and Tennessee had the number 1 scoring offense in 2022 when Hendon Hooker was the quarterback. And Hendon Hooker was a Heisman contender. Nico Iamaleava has the potential to be just as good or even better than Hendon Hooker was. They also have a veteran to back him up who is Gaston Moore, and he's actually a pretty solid quarterback. They also have Jake Merklinger, who was a top 200 recruit, and he's only a freshman. And if we really want to look further ahead, they have 4-star quarterback George McIntyre committed to them, and he is one of the top quarterbacks in the class of 2025. It's very obvious that Nico Iamaleava is the guy moving forward, and I think his potential alone makes Tennessee able to crack the top 10 from my list. But anyways, that is going to do it for today's video. Let me remind you guys to like the video and also subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. And if you guys love college football, then you'll love this channel, because we upload a ton of college football content and we basically cover everything on this channel. So definitely consider subscribing and also consider checking out my socials down in the description below. But that is going to do it, guys, and peace out.